to the Southern Institute of Healing Arts School. It's called the Natural Family Practitioner. And what this is, it's actually 3 courses into one. Once you complete all 3, you will have the designation of Natural Family Practitioner. And, you know, this is just wonderful for anyone who is wanting to take better care of their body in a natural way, their family. It's great for someone just starting out in the natural health field, and maybe, you know, it would be a good course for homeschoolers also. The first one would be the Family Iridology course, and Dr. Betty likes to call this the self-analysis. It looks like we have a lot of background noise. Let me see. I don't know who that would be.
If anybody's on a speakerphone, that can cause it. If you're on a speakerphone, we can just mute you. And in fact, I
am not on a speakerphone.
Okay,
this
let me
is Olivia, I'm not.
All right, what about you, Julie? I can mute Julie and see if it's her.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, I couldn't, for some reason I couldn't hear, it started getting mumbled on the, trying to listen online, so I did call, but how do I mute it? Because I don't think I have any background noise, but is there a way to mute that?
Is this Julie?
Yes.
Okay, let me mute you then, since you're on the phone.
Okay.
Dr. White, I think that didn't really help that much either. And I muted myself to see if it was me. But it's not that annoying. You just go ahead and we'll see what happens.
I think it was Julie. I muted her, and it sounds better on my end. So.
It is better.
Okay. So we have the Family Iridology program, and that's an introduction to iridology, and it helps you. What we're going to do, we'll learn to look at other people's eyes, but also look at your own eyes, like a self-analysis. And, you know, it's just the beginning of iridology. It's not too hard, but it gives you very good insight into what's going on with family, you know, hereditary traits and what's going on with that person. It'll be a series of PowerPoint presentations. You will have a classroom access. Actually, I'm getting ready to do the Family Iridology January 27th live. So, you know, you have access to me, and we can answer questions. The class is just an introductory to the science and study of iridology. And after you finish this course, you will have a certificate that you have completed the Family Iridology. Tuition for this class is $125, and the lab equipment costs, it's a 10x iriscope, and I believe, Dr. Betty, where did you say people could find that at for $39?
We have them in stock at the school.
Oh, we do? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we
and
do.
they're $39. So, you know, it's a very economical course to get you going and start to work with your own eyes and everyone in your family. You'll have so much fun doing this. You'll just want to grab everybody's eyeballs. So it's a lot of fun doing this course.
You know, since you were mentioning it, I just wanted to say that I think one of the important things about the family series is that it is so self-healing. That's why I like to call it self-analysis, because through this series you learn so much about your own health, and that's how we start learning to help other people too.
Very good point. Mm-hmm. And this is the iridology chart. You know, and there are several iridology charts that we'll go through during the family series, just to show you the history of how iridology developed through the past, you know, thousands of years, really, but for at least the past 200 years, how we've developed our chart, and it keeps developing into more. We continued research. So it's very interesting science here. The next in the family series would be the family RBTI course. RBTI stands for Ream's Biological Theory of Ionization. Now, this course here, you would use lab equipment to measure parameters in your urine and saliva. So it is a lab test. But we gain so much information on what is going on right now with your chemistry, whether your diet is good for your health or it's tearing down your health. If the sugar's too high, if you're eating too much protein or not enough, what your mineral levels are, if you're dehydrated. It's a lot going on with this course, but it's very basic. And to me, I think every kitchen should have a RBTI testing kit, just so you know what's going on with your family and how you can help them. In this course also, I know probably a lot of you here tonight have heard a lot about pH, and there's a lot of different information about what the pH level should be. And in this course, I go through it scientifically to show you where I believe personally the pH should be and why we should keep it that way. So, it's just a really interesting course that gives you the information. It's not guesswork. You run the numbers, you know what's going on in the body, and you can add, different things to your diet to change your numbers into a healthy range. So this is very good insight into where you need to be in your health. The tuition for this course is $125. The lab equipment is $325. I know that's a lot for some of you, but once you buy the equipment, it lasts for years. So, it's just a really great course there. And we have our course dates. We start that January 27th for a live course, April 2nd, and September 10th. After the live course, you can take this by correspondence, but you will always have access to your instructor to ask any type of questions. Did you have anything to add to that, Dr. Betty? No? I'm trying to get my screen to change. It doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. This is a RBTI chart. And what I was talking about, the healthy range, these are the healthy range of numbers. 1.5, that would be our Brix number. Our pH number is 6.4. Conductivity is a 6 to 7. Albumin is a 4M. And the urea is a 3/3. This chart here is how you chart out your numbers that you gain from doing your lab analysis. So basically, range A is health. If you have numbers outside of this A range, that is working on a destructive process in your body. Okay? I mean, it gives you very good insight as to what's going on. Okay, I think I already went over this, but I'll just read it out anyways. How to use your equipment to acquire the numbers is what you will learn. So you will know everything about your equipment and how to use it and how to get the numbers, where to put the numbers, how to chart them out, all of that. We'll also go through how the numbers affect your health. So no matter, what set of numbers you get, you'll know what's going on symptomatically with that person and why they need to move their numbers. How you move the numbers, you would work with their diet and maybe a supplement plan that would push their numbers back into that range A. So, you know, we work a lot with diet and, like I said, maybe supplements. I try not to put people on a lot of supplements because who wants to eat pills, you know. So we try to work with their diet to get their body to get them on a lifestyle habit of good eating and so forth. And our third of the family series is a family herbalist. This course helps participants to take charge of their health. I really do like, in this, we have 6 Weeks to a Healthy Lifestyle by Dr. Betty O'Brien. You know, that she just covers everything from juicing, skin brushing, just everything step by step what we need to do. Dr. Ellen Jensen, Her Health is Your Birthright book is so wonderful just to give you the basics of what we need to be doing. And then finally, in the family herbalist, we have medicinal plants. So this lets you know that, you know, the herbs don't come from a bottle. You know, they come from the earth. And it lets you know how to go out, if you choose to do so, in your own area, to wildcraft them, pick them in the wild, or, you know, you can grow them in your garden. You know, these plants are there to help us heal. So this is just a really good overall family herbalist, but I mean, it's a lifestyle, you know, how we should be looking at our health. Now this course here, this is by correspondence. We don't have any live training on this, but still you will have access to your instructor at all times. And the tuition fee for this is also $125. So all of the family, all 3 family series of designations are $125.
And Dr. Wanda, I'm sorry I didn't answer your question earlier. I really wanted to speak, but I had muted myself, and by the time I realized I wasn't being heard, you had to move on.
Oh, sorry.
But that's okay. It's my fault. I just wanted to say that this is a lot of information in the family series, but if a person takes the courses, that the material is very accessible and lasting, and it's a way in which a person who's just maybe offering herbs to people at the moment through a company or through their small repertoire will have really the basic tools of naturopathy at their hands on a very simple level that they can build on as time goes by. But they'll have plenty of information to help themselves and others. So I think it's really exciting. I'm really happy about it.
So am I.
And I wanted to say also that since I learned runes testing, it's really changed my practice a lot, because when I can use those few tools and tell a person what their liver and lungs are doing and what their kidneys are doing and whether they need minerals or whether they need to get off salt or, you know, sugar or what, it's just such a great help no matter what you're doing, even if it's just for yourself. So, and then of course I use iridology every day of my life, and as I wrote in the newsletter that's coming out tomorrow, once you've studied iridology, you just will never look at the body in the same way. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm pretty enthusiastic about each one of these classes. That's
I think
all.
we're all basics. And Dr. Betty, you said Reams testing. I just wanted to explain to everyone the RBTI, Reams Biological Theory of Ionization. A lot of times, those of us who use this modality, we call it Reams testing after the inventor of this test, Dr. Reams. So Reams testing and RBTI are interchangeable. They mean the same modality or diagnostic type test. Okay. And I just wanted to show everyone, too, how to register for a course. So here's the link. You would go to SouthernInstituteofHealingArts.com. And actually, let me get out of this, and I'll show you how to get there. If you just remember, Southern Institute of Healing Arts, and go to this website, .com. Once you're on the home page here, you can click on View Courses. And I'm sorry if my internet is slow. But then we begin the page with our natural physician's degree and master herbalist. I mean, we have a lot of really nice courses on this site. But if you go all the way to the bottom, you will see the Natural Family Practitioner. And we have a flyer here if you'd like to see. You know, winner is a combination of all three of the family series. Okay, so if you wanted to sign up for that, it would be $375, which includes family herbalist, family iridologist, and family RBTI. Oh, my screen stopped moving. So you can sign up for all three to get your natural family practitioner, or maybe, you know, you're a more advanced herbalist, and you just want to learn more about family iridology. You know, get started with iridology and get started with RBTI. You can take just one, two, or take all three to get your natural family practitioner designation. So all you have to do is click in your phone number and click Buy Now. That will take you through the payment process and the registering at actually the school, the Southern Institute of Healing Arts. So after you go through that process, let me get back up to the top. On all of our pages, we have, you know, these little links here. So once you are registered with the school, you would go under Enter Your Classroom, click More Information. And this will take you to a sign-in. Oh, and that one didn't work, correct. Oh, I don't know what's going on tonight with this, but we'll have to listen to this tomorrow. It didn't go where I wanted it to. Okay. It will bring you to this screen right here where whatever you set up your username and password to be, you would enter that and you can click Login. Also, if my internet wasn't so slow, you can connect your Facebook account to log into your classroom also. So you can click Login with your Facebook account, and then you can connect your username and password to your Facebook if you'd like. So let's just log in here, and we can find our classroom. Basically, what I want to do right now is just show you how easy a classroom setting is. You know, a lot of people are a little, you know, uneasy about online learning. So let me just, let's see. I think we'll go to Family Herbalist. Let's go into the Family Herbalist course. So once you log in, just find your classroom and log in. So here we are in the Family Herbalist course. If ever you have a question, you can click on the form and ask your question. That will go out to your instructor, and she will answer any questions. And it looks like our first lesson would be a lifestyle lesson with 6 weeks to a healthy lifestyle. And then we have our Chapter 1 quiz. So after you read the book, after the first chapter, you click on Chapter 1 quiz. You want to answer your question. So attempt quiz now. And it looks like natural body care. And here are your questions for the quiz. what is the most important idea in this section, and you just click on the right answer or your answer, answer them, and then submit or click next record. So I mean, it is very simple. Online learning is very simple. Did you have anything to add, Dr. Betty, of how the classroom works? I'll give her a few minutes. I see she's muted. Yeah, but, you know, our herbal lesson, that is here, and that's the book, Health is Your Birthright, by Ellen Tart Jensen. I mean, all of our quizzes are there. And then at the end, I know you can see this. You, as a student, won't be able to see this until after you've answered all your quiz questions. But at the end, you will have a family herbalist certificate that you can print out, put in a frame, and hang on your wall. Anyone have any questions about any of the Family Series courses or how the classroom works? Anything?
It sounds great, and you've done an excellent job explaining it all, and I love online courses.
Oh, good, good. And I think we lost Dr. Betty, so. Yep. You know, but it's just such an easy way to learn. Let me get out of all this. Go back to. Yeah, we have it all.
Dr. Wanda, I just wanted to say that.
Go ahead, Betty.
Okay. Oh, I was just going to say that one of the advantages, I think, in getting in on this is really the first class that we've done of each of these. We do much more advanced classes of all of these, that any classes that you take at the more elementary level will also be credited toward any more advanced classes that you take. So I think it's a way to start simply, but to build on what you're learning as if you desire to go further in any one of these areas. You can always advance in the area. That's all. I thought that was an important addition. And you have done a great job presenting it and showing the school. Thank you, Dr. Wanda.
No problem. So does anyone have any questions about any of our courses here tonight?
I don't think I have a question specifically about this particular school and the offerings, but I appreciated knowing that if I took something at this level, it would help me if I want to take the more advanced, because I have been very interested in the iridology, and then when I went on your site and read more about the Reams testing, I'm interested in that too. I have a couple of modalities that I'm already have, but I would like to add to that, so I'm just trying to make the decision just what I think would best complement what I'm already doing, and I just love the things that you have to offer, and I wish I could do it all.
And I think what Dr. Betty was saying, like the family iridologist, that would count towards your advanced iridology. And you take iridology 1 and 2, that would count towards advanced iridology. And then finally, I mean, you know, I think our school is different from a lot of them out there because everything that you take builds upon a higher degree. You know, so I think that's what really sets us apart. And, you know, we are online learning, or you could take it as correspondence.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Got a lot to think about tonight. Thank you.
Okay, can you think of anything else, Dr. Betty, that we should add here tonight?
No, I really can't. Like I said, I think you've done a really good job with it, and I appreciate it. And I just know that anybody who wants to learn more, like I said, in not so general a way, but in a basic way that they can build on, that this is a really great launching pad to learn enough about each one that you know you can use it for yourself, your close friends and family, and if you want to become an expert, you can pursue it to an either higher level. So without spending a lot of money, it introduces you to each of these pieces of information. And you know, I didn't mention anything about the herbalist class, but that is a fabulous course, and in our working on it, I realized how great those books would be in the hands of anyone, you know, just to answer the questions and go through the books, and just for our own knowledge to live in this world today and to be conscious and aware of what we need to know to have a healthy lifestyle. So, all good.
Excellent point. All right, well, if there's no more questions, then
let me unmute Julie and see. Julie, do you have any questions or comments? Julie, I'm trying to unmute you.
She's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you've done an excellent job of presenting it, and just about every question I had, I think you answered, and we discussed, and it really seemed like a great opportunity to begin and build on if you want, if you can, if you desire to do so. So I'm interested in it too. I've years ago we I didn't do iridology, but I was introduced to it, and I know just how accurate, it's really a awesome modality, and I think there's so much to learn from it, and I think I'd be very interested in finding out more.
Great. And I wonder what, I don't know if either of you are on Facebook, but the Southern Institute of Healing Arts, we call it SIHA for short, we have a Facebook page, and that's a great way to interact and keep updated on upcoming classes and, maybe what's going on with the Iridology Association. So you might want to go there and look us up. Okay, it's facebook.com/Southern Institute of Healing Arts. So, we post a lot of good information there on, like the latest one here, it looks like top natural painkillers. So it's just little tidbits and, a good way to stay in touch.
Okay.
Okay, well, I hope to see you all in class.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Wanda.
All right.